I've been very blessed and fortunate enough to be mentored by this young man for quite a while. He's done a great job with me. Him and Coach Alvin has definitely helped me in my young coaching career. Coach Ralph White is a coaching legend. He has coached 2 NCAA national championship teams, over 350 NCAA All-Americans, has garnered more than 40 NCAA Coach of the Year awards. He has coached at every level of the sport, from middle school to college Division I, and produced champions in every event of track and field. As he often says, the relays are his favorite event because they set the tone by starting and ending the meets. He has also coached 15 Olympians. He's coached the top high school team in the country in Maryland that set 3 national records, and 2 were on relays. He has, again, over 50 Coach of the Year awards, including numerous NCAA Coach of the Year awards, over 100 championships, and you told me to put all this stuff on.
I appreciate it. You gonna stay here and do this? Or is Maddie doing that?
No,
Anyway, welcome. And we are going to talk a little bit about the relays, and I do think they are the most exciting events because the 4x1 starts things. It sets a tone, and the 4x4 ends it. So if you have a great 4x4 at the end, you go home, you do well, you're feeling good. All right? But before I even get into that, by the way, I'm going to have to thank Maddie because she made this presentation. I told her, she said, what are you going to talk about? I said, well, Miles told me I'm going to talk about the relays. She said, what are you going to say? And I gave her all this stuff, and then she put these slides, so we're going to see it, so we're going to go through it.
He won't follow the slides.
Yeah, I followed. Well, I'll see how she did. But anyway, let me tell you a little bit more about Maddie. Like you said, with the exception of her freshman year, I've been her coach. Maddie, probably, not taking anything away, she's probably not one of my 50 best athletes, but she's probably my top 5 this part, which is so important. She's scored 35 in her ACT, so she's no dummy. She's a straight A student coming out of high school. And I don't know if you had 7 or 8 APs or whatever, but I also had to help her get into school because of Williams College, over half the kids that have 36 in straight A's, they don't get in. Okay? And she's, let me see, if I remember correctly, she's run 13.5 in hurdles, high jump 5.6, ran 2.06, ran 53, ran 57-point intermediates, long jump 20 feet. But in high school, I wasn't going to take her because she wasn't very good. And not that I did a great job coaching her, but the reason I decided to use one of my tips, we only had 4 of them at Williams. The reason I used it, because she loved track and field. When you talk to her on the phone, you just tell somebody, someday I want to be good. I want to be good. Yeah, you're a 16.3 hurdler. You know, you're a 5.1 high jumper. You know, you're a 2:27.5 miler. So there wasn't anything there, but someday, coach, I'm going to be good. And maybe that's when I talk to my technicians about the attitude, but that's an important part of it. And Miles, I get more texts from Miles than I do from my wife. No phone calls. All right, coach, that's just recruit. You know, coach, this so and so, she needs to do this. Yeah. Well, anyway, but anyway, and lastly, I'll say about Maddie, but the mental aspect. We went to the NCAA's, and you saw her pulling that tire up a hill. Did that help you? Does that help a sprinter? No. What it does do, it helps this part. Because when she got to the NCAA's, she had 13 races. So just, you take it to the lower level and go to the state meet. Can you imagine an athlete having 13 races? That's a lot. And now part of that's a multi. I mean, there's 7 of them right there. But you got trials, and that's like taking the state meet from 50 different states and the very best people. You got the 16 best people in the country. So you had to have that mental aspect of it. But anyway, let's see what these slides have to say. Team morale. Yes. That's what I was referring to earlier. The 4x1. You want to get on the relay. We made a big deal about it. Spectator friendly, starts and finishes to meet. All right, go ahead. 3 staging zones, 20 meters, 5 marks, you all know that. High school limitation, number of events. Oh, here's a biggie right here. Decided to use 4 athletes for 10 points. I took over. Miles just alluded to the fact that we took over a program in high school. And they were 17th out of 19 in their county. And again, not that I did a great job. But one thing I do have, I have enthusiasm, and we have a work ethic. We won a state championship next year. How do we do it? Because there was one girl on the team. They had her running the hurdles, the 4x1, the 4x2, and the 4x4. Okay, the year before, when they finished 17th, they didn't make it to state. In the county meet, they false started in the 4x1, so she didn't get to run. Another person in one of the other regions, I don't remember if it's 4x2 or 4x4, pulled up, so they didn't finish. They got no points, and then he got like 3rd place in the other race. We turned her. I go to the meet. This girl's pretty good. Make a long story short, we put her in four separate events. She scored 40 points. She won the high hurdles, she won the intermediate hurdles, she won the 400, and I think the 200. So she won hurdle. So we got 40 points rather. So, do you take 4 good athletes to get 10 points? Or do you spread them out and get a whole bunch of points? That's up to you. Now, my thing is, get enough people on your team that you can do both. You say, oh yeah, right. I'm telling you, there's someone in your high school or someone in your college that can help you. There's 3 of us that will remember a guy by the name of Dr. Delano Merriweather. I don't expect any of you to know who that is. Wayne, you should know who he is. But anyway, I'm not going to ask you. I'm just going to tell you. Dr. Merriweather, when I was in Maryland, this guy showed up. And by the way, we ran track back then. It was in yards. As some of you guys know, everything was in yards. And you ran on 10 laps to the indoors. You ran on 10 laps to a mile tracks. We didn't have these big 300 things that they have at Kent State and Akron and Spire and everywhere else. But this guy didn't run. He literally is a doctor. He didn't run in high school, junior high, didn't run in high school, nor did he run in college. He came to these all-comer meets down there at the University of Maryland. And he's with his daughter because she was interested in running. She's like a little 7-year-old. Make a long story short, he said, I can run as fast as those guys. Yeah, Dad, sure. Well, next week he came, he ran. Wow. 6 months later, he set the world record in a 60-meter dash. Or back then, a 60-yard dash. He set the world record. So, where was the high school coach there? At the same high school, we got a boy. And one of the teachers came to me and said, he needs to get into some type of activity. He's just, we won't be unpolitically correct here. So, let's just say they need to get him involved in the sport. I'm old school. Sorry. He ran 4:09 for us. And 150.1. That was in a mile and an 880. He would never come out for track. So if someone's in your school to do some recruiting, I guess is what I'm saying. All right, let's see what's on the next thing. He's running 4x1. Not your 4 fastest people. You don't line them up and they run a 100-meter dash and the 4 fastest people on your relay team. No. It doesn't work that way. It's about chemistry. It's about chemistry. And you also, when you race them on a turn. Because there's a lot of people who can run the heck out of a turn, but they're not so great at the thing. Also, can they finish? I like quarter milers. We ran 38 point in SMU, and we had 1 sprinter and 3 quarter milers. Because they don't die at the end of a race. So you get chemistry and your 4 fastest, not your fastest. You can read there. Team chemistry. Coach from the infield. Get up somewhere you can see what's going on. So you can make the adjustment. Did he or she take off too early, too late? Also, Maddie has a girl. Miles has a girl. They've been practicing 4x1. She's a gamer. On meet days, she's totally different. So in practice, you're watching them. Sticks are perfect in practice. But when the adrenaline starts flowing, you better cut some steps because she's going to get out a little harder in a meet than she does in practice. So those are the things you make trial and error. Videotape. Videotape. We always practice with 6 people. Everyone practice every leg. You are first leg this meet, your second leg next, and then third, and then fourth. They're interchangeable because if someone goes down, I don't miss a beat. Next man up. Okay? Make sure they go left and right. We had the students carry the baton. If, and it's right, left, and you know why? Because it's a shorter distance. You're always running the inside of the lane. Fast lane on the track is outside lane. If they gave me a choice to run, I'm running lane 8, or 9, or 10, whatever they had. Right? It's a faster lane. Think about driving. Think about going in a race car. A nice wide turn or real tight. Now, it might not make as much difference for junior high or high school girls, but when you get to the elite level or you get a really good team, the guys are fast, it does make a difference. Wayne and I talked about this because at the state meet, they were putting the, what do you call them, the preferred lanes, yeah, but who made it who got to make it?
The alternates.
The alternates, yeah, they take 2 extra people in each lane, and they were putting those people in lane 9 instead of lane 1. If you're in the intermediate hurdles, or you're in a 4x1 or a 400, it's a big difference. A lot faster in lane outside. But you have to mentally get those kids to believe in that. You're out front.